Game 3 in our 4-game pack is about to start as we continue coverage of the Triple Threat Girls Basketball Showcase and Rising Stars event. Mike Peden and Rennie with you, and Riri is apparently having some fun at Anisha's expense.
Yeah, I am. I can't help it.
I didn't know you were so savage. We have the 7th and 8th grade game. Again, we're running in reverse order compared to past years, but we'll have some crossover athletes as well. So you'll see Samiya Gomez again, Kiera Willis, Alaya Salas, who played in our senior game. London Clardy, she's back in there.
Oh, yeah, when she was playing with us, she was pretty cold.
Camila. Kiera.
Not as cold as you, though.
She has talent.
At least literally.
Yeah, okay. Well, because she...
Riri had to put on some layers to warm up.
Yeah, I'm cold. It's like, I feel like I'm like sitting under a vent or something. It's like chilly.
Me, I've always been chill.
Okay.
I was born with a glass of cold iced tea. No. Riri and I have been having a lot of fun at the expense of each other, ourselves, and everybody else during the break between games.
I need to go grab another Sprite.
Have I tortured you enough already? It's like, I got to get another Sprite just to deal with him.
Yep, got to get something else to drink.
One thing's for sure, Riri will never call another game with me again after this. But But we got the 7th and 8th graders and Elle Harfield. I remember her from last year. What excites me, Riri, as we get to the younger levels, now we'll see the next generation. Crystal build this event as you saw it here first, and we're going to see a lot of that. Some played in the last game, some played in the senior game, but now we'll see a glimpse of the future.
Oh, yeah.
That you will come back to see, hopefully in future seasons as we get underway. That's Valeah Lowery.
Ooh.
And she took an awkward spill to start this one. Valeah, a little gingerly. That's never fun.
Nah.
But that is.
The point is, limping, never fun.
But that was Kailoni Johnson, who is back for an encore. Dropping it like it's hot. I'll show myself out. You see, this too was popular when your mom and I were in school. And Lowery dropping it like it's hot on the other end. I hang around way too many pop culture stuff. This also dates me because I remember this song was big when I was in high school, and that was 20 years ago. Yeah. Your mom and I are going to watch this and go, what happened to us? Well, maybe not your mom, because apparently you're her twin.
Almost. I look like her.
As we just found out. And that is Janessa Gullens, number 3. They said she wasn't going to play. I was foiled. Someone played me like a fool. I am easily gullible, though. So you tell me something and I'll read it. But Gullens played in our first game. Well, that's cut out of a jump. You play in the senior game and then you play in this one. And those are all of the Lady Legends helpers.
Fan section.
Oh, they show up and show out. That didn't go as planned, but that's okay. That's Lola Crawford, number 28.
Oh, I really thought she was the senior when I first seen her. Guess not.
Hey, it could be worse. People might think you're a 7th grader. Do you ever get that when people think you're younger than you are?
Yes, it's either that or people think I'm older than I am.
I got that all the time when I was in high school.
At like the gas station because.
You got ID'd?
Yes, I got ID'd because.
You weren't trying to buy anything, were you?
I was trying to buy gas and pump gas. And
okay, all right. Gas is fine. I was like, don't tell me you're.
No, she's like.
All right.
She's like, what? How old are you? I'm like, oh, I'm 17. She's like, oh, you look like you're 14. I'm like, ouch. Okay.
Ouch, that'd be a compliment.
I can't.
Well, it will be in about 15 years.
Yeah, 15 years. But like, Me now, I don't know how to take a compliment when it comes to like age. I'm like, I don't know if I should take that as an insult or a compliment. Because you're telling me I look young or you're telling me I look old.
I'll make it easier for you. Anytime I make a remark about age, I'm always insulting people because I am a vicious being who has no respect for anybody.
Yeah,
actually,
so I had to show her that I was actually 17 and not 14.
Actually, I do have a serious answer to that. I say this all the time. Age, height, shoe size, they're just numbers.
Yeah, they're just numbers.
They don't say anything about what's in here. Well, you can't see me. I'm not on camera. But I'm referencing my heart. What's in there?
Yeah.
Well, you're 17 who looks like a 14-year-old.
Apparently.
I can't wait till you get to Iowa Lakes. They'll think you're 22 and a senior, right?
Oh,
As
yeah, they will.
Harfield scores.
Looks are deceiving.
And the red team is up 5-2. Crawford on the other end gets it to go. Lola. Just like the Kink song that got turned into Yoda from Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh my gosh.
Now that is well before your time.
Yeah.
And well before mine too. This is what happens when you have no life growing up. You start researching trivia.
Oh yeah, you have no life. No life at all.
No, this is my life. Honestly, you and I talked earlier about what basketball did for you.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I didn't have the playing background because I have no talent. But I can tell you what basketball did give me. It gave me a family that I didn't have growing up. I had a tough time making friends in school. I'm not afraid to say that now because it was a while ago.
Basketball expanded my family a lot.
Did you have an easier time making friends, though?
Yeah.
I would like to think so.
Yeah, in basketball.
Because you are far more approachable and kind and generous than I am.
I'm two different people on and off the court. Off the court, I'm really nice and approachable. On the court, yeah, no, I'm mean. People like in.
No wonder why you and I are getting along then. We're just a bunch of meanies. Just a couple of meanies
on
calling
the court,
this.
Yeah, I'm mean.
I would expect that from you on the court, though. Because you gotta bring it, because if you don't, Tia Albert, one of my friends, told me, if you don't bring it, if you don't convince them that you mean business, they're going to do that to you. Janessa Gullens taking it to the rack.
Cold.
She's colder than you.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's cold as ice, but not willing to sacrifice. That was from the 70s, so if you don't know that one right away, I won't hold it against you. Neither was I. 2000?
2007.
2007. Okay, now I feel old. That was my first year broadcasting.
Oh, wow. That's when I was born.
7-4 is the score right over Grady. We've got a game going on, and we've got story time.
We gotta slow down.
Don't tell that to number 24 on the grade team. I believe that is Lovey Dickerson-Burke, because they didn't have a number for her. I don't think you could slow down as a player.
Nah. Sometimes the adrenaline gets to you.
Actually, you didn't slow down. The game slowed down for you as we got a turnaround bucket for number 32 on the red team. That's Samiya Gomez. So she's going to be 32 for the red, apparently.
Steal from number 21 on red.
No bucket.
No bucket.
That's Laura Lindsay.
Oh, she got her own rebound. She got her own rebound.
Hey, you got to follow your own miss, right? Box out, trail. Red is getting about 50. A lot of rebounds, nothing to show for it. That always grinds my gears, and that's not a knock on the players. Just as a fan, you hate to see players get a bunch of rebounds as Ranson takes it to the rack.
That's my thing as well. I hate it. Like, rebound after rebound after rebound.
And you get nothing?
It's fueling my stats, but it's not helping us.
Well, it's fueling your rebound stats, but not your field goal percentage.
Yeah, no.
But it always is a little deflating when you get all those buckets and you can't, all those rebounds and you can't get a bucket because you're like, all that work?
I know,
all that work? What gives? What have I done to deserve this? As the Pet Shop Boys would say. 3 on the way. Short. That was from Ari Reed, number 9. The player with the mask on is Nayyiah Hayes, number 13. And the red team gets the ball back. How many shot attempts have they had in the last couple of possessions?
Like 7, 8.
7, 8, or over 9,000? Well, if you can't get buckets, just get steals, get it back, and that'll give you another 195 shot attempts.
Oh, yeah.
And then the gray team says, right back at you. They keep this up, Riri, we're going to have to send some people to jail.
Yeah.
They're getting too many steals out there.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a bunch of kleptomaniacs. No, we don't. Not like that. This is Janiya Clark at the line. 11:48 left in the first half. 9-6 red over gray. We've been using Gophers and LYNX as the team names. But as I've said all day long, this is like whose line is it anyway? Everything is made up and the points don't matter. This is all about celebrating the seniors like yourself. I saw you got a gift pack.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't even know what's in it. I didn't really check.
you what?
I didn't check what's in the gift pack.
You haven't checked it yet?
No, I haven't.
Maybe they would have given you a shirt you could put on.
I mean, I did get a shirt. I did get that. I got a shirt and a bag and this little pack. Are those nails?
And yeah, something.
Press-on nails.
Press-on nails from Chill House.
And I think this is like, I don't know what this is.
Red team scores. It's 11-8. I didn't see who got that bucket. Well, now I do. Thank you. Thank you, young public address announcer.
Yeah, they're just like.
You're clearly more cut for this than I am. We should bring her up here. Have you two call the game. You two call the game, I'll get you a walking taco.
Yeah, get us a taco.
Hayes with the steal.
Yeah, they gave us a little care package, like nail stuff, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to give that to my sister. I don't really like doing my nails.
I find it funny that the press-on nails are from Chill House with all of the jokes we've been making about you being cold.
Nah, it's like one thing I think, like when I think of athletes, I don't really think of press-on nails.
I'm not sure, yeah. Now, I know some players like Amani Crump, some players are a little more girly, which is fine.
I'm not. Completely a tomboy.
And that's okay, too. And you know what? Down the road, you could be both.
Yeah,
you could be either or the other.
I'm going to give those nails to my sister, though, because I don't do my nails.
Well, I'm glad you have found someone to nail down that gift with.
Yeah. That's why I'm thankful for sisters. Those are the things I don't want.
Now, do you get anything they don't like? Are there things they don't like that you eat up?
Sometimes there's things, but like 9 times out of 10, they get things they like.
Well, we'll have to figure it out. Day, Dream, if you're watching this, feel free to chime in.
Nah, my sisters are probably busy right now doing their own thing.
Kennedi Mangun with the rebound. One of the 7th graders, Harfield. Yes!
That's a nice little form she got. He might steal your job. He's doing a better commentary job.
Well, that doesn't take much, Riri. The bar is low, but not for Kailoni. Kailoni buries the 3. 13-11. Red still over gray. 8:50 to go in the first. The runner a bit strong. There's Harfield. I remember Harfield from last year. She was a beast in the post.
There goes London.
Harfield. Mid-range J, a bit strong this time. What is your go-to move? I don't think I ever asked you that. What is your go-to move on the court?
My go-to move is I like to post up and just back people down.
All 5 feet 8 inches of you.
Yep. Back them down.
Well, you know what?
Mahogany.
You know what? There was another woman who was even shorter than you that made it work.
Yeah.
Alaya Salas.
Ooh, okay, London.
Crawford there to clean it up. And it's a traffic jam. Clean up on aisle 3. Attention, Kmart shoppers. That's another old reference.
People hate getting in traffic jams with me. Never tangle up with me in the ball.
On the road or on the court?
Court.
I'm guessing they wouldn't like it on the road either.
Probably not.
You probably would box them out too.
I know my teammates are like terrified when I get into a scuffle with them over the ball.
Well, as long as it's just the ball and not anything else.
Yeah.
As London Clardy scores. No, I was going to tell you, Riri, at Hopkins from a few years ago, I don't know how much history you know, but remember Lele Chicolis? We've got a foul, and free throws coming for Johnson. But do you remember Lele Chacolas?
I think I might.
She went to Hampton, Miss Basketball finalist, teammate with Paige Beckers. 5'6", but she was one of the best rebounders around.
She was. She was a beast on the boards.
And you wouldn't expect it seeing someone at 5'6".
Yeah, not many people think just because you're short you can't rebound, but I proved that wrong multiple times.
So was Ronnie Porter.
Oh yeah. My coach would always put me on the really tall girls in AAU, and then they'd look down on me like, oh, she's short, she can't do much, but then get surprised.
That was a secret weapon then.
Yeah.
You see,
get surprised.
throw off your defenders. Oh, I don't underestimate anyone.
They get so surprised when I'm jumping over them for the ball.
Well, Ronnie Porter at Wisconsin, she was a solid rebounder, but she has vertical to help out, and she told me it's all in the legs.
It is all in the legs.
And even if you were 6'7", it would still be all in the legs. Well, you'd have arms too.
If you're like
They would have
over 6 foot, you should be able to jump pretty high. Like people, just like 6-footers mainly think because they're 6 foot they don't have to jump. But if you jump, you're
having the vertical goes a long way.
It does. It very
Well,
much
look
does.
at Sam Wills,
Yeah,
who gave you
exactly.
nightmares.
She jumps high.
She jumps high.
She jumps higher than me. She could probably jump over me if she wanted.
Well, she's a little taller too, but she has that high vertical, and I called it the Elastigirl arms, which is why I think she was such a good blocker, because her arms, I'm convinced her wingspan is 82 feet.
That is a lot.
No, they're long. She's got some pretty lengthy arms.
She does.
Well, you'll never have to face her, at least for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
If you end up going D1, then
maybe I'll.
then I'd say good luck. But good luck. Well, I'd say I would probably tell Sam the same thing about you.
Oh, yeah.
Because even though I didn't get to see a lot of you at Richfield, you were, from what I could tell, more of that supporting player with Anaya and Desiree.
Yeah.
But it didn't look like you were out of place. Like, I could tell you belonged out there.
Yeah. The one thing is, like, people always.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. That was a good shot.
Riri, I don't know about you, but watching this is making me tired.
Not me. I'm used to watching this kind of stuff.
I'm saying it's making me tired or feel tired because of how quickly they're moving up and down, but you already explained to us, apparently for you, time moves slowly out on the court. For me, it's a different story.
Yeah, time is just slow. I don't know. Like, every time I looked at the clock, it was so much time left. I'm like, oh my God. So much
So
time.
as a player then, those 18-minute halves probably felt like 18 hours.
Yeah.
No buckets at the line for the gray team after the rebound, and Salas wasn't able to get the putback to go down. But that's all right. No, that wasn't Salas. That was Medina. I like her attitude.
I do too.
She is a lot more gentle than I would be.
Yeah.
I did this once, and I'm not afraid to do it. This was in volleyball, as we've got a 3 from Ranson that doesn't go down, where we had a couple of volleyball players and I switch places, and not to make fools out of ourselves, but really it was to highlight how much goes into what we do. As we get a putback bucket, that is Laura Lindsay with the score. There's a lot more that goes into it than what you see.
Oh, yeah.
And so we might joke about an air ball, but it happens to the best of us. I once covered a game. I don't know if you grew up watching the LYNX, Riri.
I very much did.
I once covered a game where Maya Moore failed to score a point.
I love the LYNX. Like, I got to go to one of their practices, actually, and watch them practice. And I got a picture with Maya Moore. I was very happy that day.
Well, there was one time in her pro career where she failed to score a point in a game, and I was there.
Wow.
The LYNX still won that game. And a few years later, Game 5 to the WNBA Finals, it was winner take all. Maya had 5 points. Minnesota beat Indiana in a runaway. Moral of the story, there's more than one way to contribute.
Yeah, there is.
And so even if you weren't the leading scorer at Richfield, as
Nope,
Ranson...
that was like Desi and Anaya. Those were those two. leading.
They were good for buckets.
I was good for my defense and getting them open.
Oh, you got a few buckets too. Don't sell yourself short, Riri.
Yeah, I got a few buckets.
You got a few points.
I think my career high is 19 points.
Well, that's 19 more than I have. And that is Gomez with the big basket. Yeah, big basket. 2 minutes.
I can't remember what team we played against where I got my career high.
Red team up 19-12, and this is taking me back. This song, that is. We're going back to the 90s now. A little Tupac. Ranson missing the three. Gomez with the board. She's got a lane. Medina tries to cut her off. Gomez trails. 90 seconds left in the first half. Red team with a 19-12 lead over Gray, and they're getting it done all around, Riri. I see a lot of fours, a couple of threes. It's
Every
not
time
just
I look
one
away
person.
from the clock, the minutes go down fast. Like, I just looked up, it was 4 minutes, now I look back again, it's like a minute and 10 seconds.
That is, that's not, who is that?
Who? The one shooting?
Samiya Bellfield, that's who's 24, okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is one way to learn about names. My apologies, Samiya, I thought you were someone else. He is the most, she, whoever that is the most encouraging, optimistic. Yeah, I can't do that.
I hate that. There was one time I tried stopping a loose ball, but ended up flipping over half court.
Yeah, you can't cross it and then cross back.
Sadly.
That's a long, high arcing three, and that's going to be the end of the first half, I think, unless Red floors it here. They're going to try with 5 seconds to go. Oh, Hayes is open down low. Got it.
40.
Nayyiah Hayes, right place, right time.
Love that.
21-13, Red over Gray at halftime. Riri, your thoughts on this group of 7th and 8th graders?
I feel like they have potential. They're all showing all their different skills. But where's that one number at?
Who are you looking for?
She has a leg sleeve on, number 3.
Oh, Gullens.
Oh yeah, she's cold. She got talent. The way she's able to navigate the ball through all the defenders and get to her shot.
So everyone warming up for our next game. We'll have the 5th and 6th graders after this, Riri. So you talk about potential, you're going to see it in full force.
Oh yeah.
But you got started as a 3rd grader, and there wasn't an event like this, so I have to imagine, Riri, it's really cool for the younger players to get this opportunity and get a taste of what it might be like down the road if they get tapped for all-star games or AAU, high school, you name it.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm watching Nisha get cooked right now. My Trey.
Well, it's okay if she gets cooked today.
Well, yeah, for today she can get cooked.
She'll be doing a lot of cooking at Richmond next year. What was it like? I think I asked you. All right.
She's getting cooked big time.
She also might not be applying her full defensive effort either.
Yeah, nah,
I think she's
letting him win.
She's letting it slide today. But going up against De La Salle and Anisha, all I can say is she was a sight to behold here. I know we talked about her before, and you told me she was a nightmare to go against.
Oh, no. For me, she wasn't.
She wasn't a nightmare for you?
Oh, no. I knew what to expect from Nisha.
Just not Sam.
I felt like, no, Sam's a nightmare.
Sam's a nightmare. Are you saying Anisha's a dream, a cakewalk, or a daydream?
Absolutely not. She's difficult as well. But, like, my team, I felt like we were, like, intimidated by her skills and abilities.
Just about everyone was. She was a Miss Basketball finalist, after all.
Oh, yeah.
So they'll have another 3-point shootout. But we'll try to get a post-game chat. Oh, look at this.
Good lay.
You're right. This announcer is doing my job splendidly. But that was a great read. I know it's an exhibition game, Riri, but I always love those heads-up plays as we get an outlet.
Ooh,
Salas too
rebound.
far underneath. Johnson there to clean it up. And the gray team opening the second half with back-to-back scores. Well, we've had a couple of one-possession finishes. First game decided by 1, second game decided by 2. We'll see if game 3 follows the same course.
Ooh.
Kennedi Mangun has other ideas. But I was going to say, Riri, I love those heads-up plays, whether it's an outlet, an inbound. If you catch someone falling asleep, go right at them.
Oh, yeah. Once you see your defense slacking off, time to go at them.
That's when you go for the jugular, the dagger.
Yep.
Mangun with the rebound. Will she take it all the way? Too strong, and...
Well, some plays here, they could pass it out. I feel like these girls are trying to just show out their skills and abilities, but forgetting that sometimes passing the ball is a good decision.
Number 40's out there. I don't know who that is. Maybe that's Lovey. Or Brooklyn. One of those two. Lovey, thank you. Thank you, Dee Buford, for spotting for me. Dee, by the way, a dual sport athlete from St. Thomas. She played volleyball and basketball back in the day. She was part of that St. Paul Central pipeline all those years ago. 3-ball, corner pocket. Mangun. And the red team answering back.
They're starting to catch up.
Well, actually, they're pulling ahead, 26-17. I think this is their largest lead. Kiera Willis scores.
Gray has to catch up.
It's okay. I get mixed up easily, especially in games like this.
This side and I thought that side knocked
No,
down.
I know exactly what you mean, Riri. I get mixed up quite a bit, especially in these exhibition events where you don't have a defined home and away team.
Oh, yeah, that's confusing.
It's not, if I were to cover a regular game here or covering one of your games at Ridgefield, I know which team you're going to be on in the scoreboard. Ooh, Lowery took a fall. I think that is her trademark. I think she trademarked that.
Probably.
You would have loved to have her, I think, at Ridgefield games. You took a fall. That's okay. Brush
my
it
God.
off.
Yes, I'd love to have her commentary at her game.
Oh, just, yeah. I got to get her number. And probably permission from her parents.
Probably.
Because I am a little older. In fact, we've established I am older than Riri's mom. So you can probably imagine that I am much older than our public address announcer.
Yeah. Ooh.
Gullens missing. She's pumped about everything.
Oh, she has tough defense.
Well, it's tough defense, and our announcer is excited about everything. Buckets, rebounds, all of it. 16:25 left. Bellfield tries the drive a little long. Salas with the rebound. Salas played 8th grade ball at South St. Paul. 7.4 points per game. They might be a team, or at least she might be a player to keep an eye on in future years. Harfield couldn't collect the outlet. Johnson flips it the other way. So, great play, great bucket. A great move in transition.
Yep. It's all about ball movement.
Ball movement, peripheral vision. They do say you can move the ball a lot faster by moving it, passing, than dribbling.
Oh, yeah.
Harfield looking for the 3. I haven't seen her go that far, at least not last year, but a year older, a year bigger. She's starting to feel that range. Lovey left that one a little soft. But as our junior P announcer would say, that's okay, brush it off.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to say that.
Brush it off.
I'm going to say that. I know Richfield's going to look a lot different next year, but if I cover one of their games, I'm going to say that
That's okay,
from here on out. Every game I cover, if they make a mistake, you're going to hear me say, that's okay, brush it off.
Yeah, just brush it off. You're okay.
Viewers are going to wonder what I'm on or what the heck is wrong with me.
Probably.
But hey, you have to remember, though, you know this. It's fun to make deep runs. It's fun to get those highlight moments. But this is a game.
Yeah,
This is a game. There's a, well,
on a team with the girls, you don't
there are
really
some
know.
people out there, you have no problem having fun, I can tell, but there are some people who forget that from time to time.
Yeah. From the looks of it, the girls here kind of need to share the ball a little bit more. Just a little bit more.
Well, and you said this too, it takes a little while to get adapted to teammates you may not have known or even played with before.
Yeah. it's
And you're
hard
just
to
thrown
figure
into the
out what
fire.
They're good at.
Compared to your club ball, you were a Minnesota Diamond, I think, for AAU?
Diamond Elite.
Diamond Elite. I knew it was Diamond because pressure makes diamonds, and you are definitely a Diamond.
I want to actually thank Coach Omar.
Who is the boys' coach at Richfield.
Yes, and I'm glad he gave us the opportunity to coach us for our last year of AAU.
That is Hayes who banks in the three.
Don't tell anybody I said this, but Coach Omar, I have to say, he was one of my best AAU coaches I've ever had.
And Omar, he has given a lot to this game in boys and girls basketball.
Yes, he has.
I've seen him at state tournaments. I've seen him everywhere, really. Everywhere there's a gym. He's one of those people, you know you're from the Twin Cities if you know who he is. And I got to see one of his graduates now, or soon to be, in CJ.
Oh, yeah.
CJ Armstrong, who was just a phenomenal scorer for the boys at Richfield.
Oh, yeah. He is a bucket.
I think he is a buckets. I know that doesn't make sense grammatically. He's not just a bucket. He is buckets.
He gets buckets.
He gets buckets. He is buckets. Gray can't
So
get a
funny.
bucket there in the
He gets
bounce.
buckets, but apparently his defense is not that great.
Well, that's where you come in, right? You can show him some pointers before he goes off to
Yeah,
college.
probably.
I'm just saying, Riri.
Well, that's what Omar told me. You
Oh.
can be a great scorer, but if you got no defense, you can't go far.
There's a saying, defense wins championships.
Yes, it does.
And it doesn't get highlighted as often, but
Nope.
hey, remember LeBron's block all those years ago? You don't?
No.
Okay. Nope.
Actually, I remember a few
The
of his blocks he had.
Cavs Warriors 2016?
Yep. Now I remember it. He had a lot of crazy blocks.
That was Ranson who scored.
It's kind of sad.
But yes, the block against Steph Curry, I think,
Oh, yeah.
to seal the win for the Cavs.
Not many people, notice defensive players. Many people notice the players that are, putting buckets on, getting points on the board. Defensive players aren't really noticed as much.
Now, as Crawford scores on the turnaround, you won't remember this. Gray is up 31-23, I guess. I don't know what's what anymore. They give the points to the red team, I think.
Oh.
Now, you wouldn't remember this necessarily because you weren't born yet, but another defensive highlight that I can recall is we have a three that won't go down for Mia McFadden, and we'll have free throws here for Samiya Gomez. The 98 NBA Finals, Bulls-Jazz, the last title for Michael Jordan. His game-winning bucket was set up by a double team and a steal in the final minute of regulation. If you ever have a chance, Riri, go watch Game 6 of the NBA Finals. It's on YouTube.
I'm going to have to do some research on that.
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. This is Gomez. Gets the front end to go.
Free throws also win games, not only defense.
I harp on this a lot with free throws, and when I come across players who maybe don't have as high of a shooting percentage, it's like, hey, you never know when you'll need them.
Yeah, you
It's
never
one of the
know.
things you can control. You can't always control how a defender will approach you.
Nope. But you can't control how many free throws you make a game.
Or you can work on your form. Okay, so apparently the red team is on the left side now and Gray's
What?
on the right.
So Gray's winning?
Gray's up 31-25.
That is so confusing.
At least that's how I'm tracking it on the board.
Well, we gotta wait for someone to score to double check.
Math may be one of my strong suits, but with events like this, I just throw caution to the wind and just bow to the absurd as we get a little ring around the rosy action.
I hate that. Except I'm not the one usually on the ground. I'm the one throwing people to the ground.
Now I know why everyone says you should take up football.
Yeah. I'm the bully on the court. I throw people.
You're the bully.
Yes.
That explains everything.
Yeah, I'm the bully on the court. The one people
Salas.
fear to go up with.
Blocked. Clardy. Yes, London.
I love the commentary.
How about a 3? Too strong. Johnson. I really like her game, too. Kailoni, she was an impact player. Tries the reverse. Can't get it to go. She was an impact player last year in this event. And as she gets older, I think Kailani's a 7th grader. She'll play more minutes at Minnehaha. They're going to have a lot of young faces.
Oh, yeah, they
with
are.
the Watkins twins, Shea and Georgia. Georgia got to play some varsity time at Minnehaha. They've got a young crop, and they'll need it.
Minnehaha's about to have a lot of talent coming its way.
Well, they'll need it because Addie Mack is now going to Maryland.
Ooh.
It's a scramble, and
Ooh, I think they were trying to pass it to. I think they thought Nisha was on the great team.
Hey, it's not time to go into the 360 ring yet. You can't go in the ring.
Yet.
It's not your turn.
After the game, you can.
I saw you in there with Micaiah and your Iowa Lakes teammates as
Yep,
Gullens looking
and
for the
Mahogany.
3. And Mahogany, all 5 feet.
Yep.
0. Hey, you can't do that.
Ooh, that's
Hey, you can't push players like that.
Ooh, I hate when people do that.
Janessa, if you want to be as physical like that, take up football. Just like Riri's going to at some
I am
point.
not taking up football.
You can't push people around. How would you like
if
it?
the ref doesn't catch you.
I'm messing around. I'm goofing off. Lovey missed the jumper. 7.5. No, Kennedy won't take it out. I don't blame you for thinking she would. Someone took it out. It was the gray team. 31-25. Lovey.
Ooh, that's a trouble.
That's a yes. And Maya spotted that. You and I spotted that.
Yeah, glad Maya spotted it.
Just about everyone except Lovey. You can't shuffle your feet that much. You get a couple of steps, but you can't do a shuffle. What's the dance I'm thinking of? You can't do a cha-cha slide like that. Gullens, too strong.
I feel like she's rushing too much.
Mangun, watching, what do you mean by just, are they doing too much watching or?
Yeah, there's a lot of watching. Not enough like ball movement and movement around the rim.
Well, and it's worth noting as you get younger too, these players don't have as much experience or polish compared to some of the seniors in the game.
Yeah, they'll learn when they're older.
So we hope.
Yeah.
I unfortunately am a slow learner, so it was just a all-out disaster for me. We've got free throws coming up for Samiya Bellfield. Samiya has 5 points. Can't get the front end to go.
Too much rim.
That's Maya McNeil, who was another long-time figure at De La Salle. The Islanders, I know they got a few transfers this year with Anaya Schaffa and Issa Griefenhagen. But there it is indeed. And that will make the score 31-26. So the red team is up by 5.
So the red team's up?
Yeah, the red team is up.
They are so confusing me with this score.
Or maybe it was like that. You know why? Because I had it lined up like the score, or maybe they flipped it inadvertently. I've got my score sheet here, and the leading score is Kailoni Johnson with 7. Of course, these points won't count. And there's at least one member of the audience who's really excited that Kailoni has 7 points. Under 5 minutes to play.
Dang, time moved fast.
Well, it does with running time.
Yeah. Ooh, there she was.
Hayes, bounce pass. Pull up J.
Just short.
Medina with the rebound. Camila Medina. Camila or Camilla?
Camila.
Camilla. What do I know?
Pass it, pass it, pass it. There she is.
Reeby's turning into a coach over here.
I am. I very much am.
Nikyla misses the jumper.
You have
Crawford.
You throw it out.
Well, Crawford's got some height down there. Medina, that looked off, and the red team will let it bounce out of bounds.
Too much rim hit side of the rim.
You look like you know this song.
I do. I like this song.
I remember the original version that this song sampled. But again, I'm old.
Yeah.
Your mom and I would go back into the vault, and I'm never going to get over the fact that I'm older than your mother.
I don't think a lot of people get over that fact. Ooh,
I won't get over that either.
Me neither.
Laura Lindsay, bullseye. And the red team back up by 8.
Sharp shooter, I'm telling you. Gotta put a head in
Could that be the finishing blow? Ranson says right back at ya.
Right back at you.
Nikyla says we ain't finished yet.
Nope.
So don't go creeping on us. Straightaway 3. Chance for the gray team. Medina goes up from 15. I'm always on the fence about that when you go for a jumper right away, especially when you don't look set. If you don't have the numbers, clean block.
Oh.
But Lindsay is there for cleanup duty. Laura Lindsay with 9 points.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I thought that was a foul.
I thought so too, but these refs are letting them play.
Guess the refs thought it was clean.
It reminds me of a line from the Inner City All-Star Classic. If you don't see blood, it's a clean play.
Nah, there was a time in my AAU years, one of my teammates got a cut across her face and blood everywhere, and it took my coach yelling at the ref for him to realize.
Oh, yes.
It was bad.
Lola lost it. I've had a couple of games, and I'm kind of squeamish, so you won't see me take up any medical professions, but years ago, I did a Como Park Center game as we've got another 3. That could have done it for the red team. But Michaela Van Nett, she was a beast alongside Andrea Adams. Got a gash in her arm, and her father took photos of it, shared it to Facebook, and I'm like, why do I need to see that?
Why Facebook?
Deflected, so no backcourt. I guess they don't mind their battle scars. They've got more of a stomach than I do. And then a couple years ago, I follow players when they go to college, and I'm good friends with Adalia McKenzie, a name you might know from Park Center.
Oh, yeah, that reminds me. I had got practically slapped, palmed in the face in AAU. And this girl had her really big hand, and she got me in my face, and
ooh,
it was a little cut on my eye, it looked close to my eye, and it was like my coach pointed out that it looked like I had the Nike symbol on my face.
Well, you are someone who goes out and embraces the motto, just do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if Nike is your apparel provider at Iowa Lakes, but
it is.
It is. Well, it was a foreboding. Under a minute to go, 36-28 is the score. But it looks like the red team will get the victory.
Ooh, got a rebound.
And the same thing that happened in the first half is happening here. 3 is off. Laura trying to do a 3. Well, that's all right.
Gray has to
gets the steal after the poke.
They're down
well, I was going to say Adalia took a cut to the face in an Illinois-Minnesota game, had to get it stitched up, and it did not look pretty.
Oh. Well, yeah, this is what the cut looked like.
That looks a bit like a check mark.
Yeah.
Gray team looking for one more. Red team says nope.
And
Makes
that's
a noise.
game.
Makes a noise indeed. Red beats gray. 38-28.
Oh, they were
I
only
guess
down 10.
the red team maybe needs to work on their second chance efficiency, but they had about 7,000 offensive rebounds. I forget how much it was, but they were working down low today.
They were. They had some bodies, big bodies.
And those big bodies came up big in this one. Of course, we have one more game left. The 5th and 6th graders will take the floor, but we'll try to get a player or two up here for a post-game chat as we continue our coverage of the Triple Threat Girls Basketball Showcase from the High School of Recording Arts.
Twin City Sports Broadcasting, and a whole lot more. That's what you get from TSB Television. We provide long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes from the preps to the pros. Dazzling moves.
Holloman, good if it goes. Yes!
Game winners.
From James. She's in trouble. Finds James. Toss shot! It goes in!
And everything in between.
Before we let you go, do you want to say hi to anybody?
Oh, I don't know. That put me on the spot there.
If you want to connect with our audience, visit us at patreon.com/TSB Television or sponsor our coverage through PayPal and Cash App. Thank you for watching.
All right. Joining us is a woman who played a couple of games today, Samiya Gomez. Played in our first game and played in this last one, the 7th, 8th grade game. Samiya, thanks for stopping by. And what do you enjoy about an event like this where you get to mix it up with the likes of Riri and some of the younger faces that you have today?
It's just it's not as serious as in the high school season. I don't have to carry anybody. Everybody's working together, and it's like very free. We're not running plays. We're not like strict on anything. It's just like go out there and play and have fun. So.
Well, you had a lot of fun getting offensive rebounds. What do you learn from a game like this? So you get a chance to see some players maybe you met and meet some new faces today and get a taste of what it's going to be like when you suit up for high school ball next year, I presume.
Oh, well, actually, I played high school ball this year.
Oh, you did for
Harding.
Harding. Okay. Well, thank you for the clarification. So getting a year of varsity ball under your belt then, I don't know what your plans are for next year, but what have you learned and how will that help you move forward?
Varsity was hard because the people on Harding's team never really played basketball. So it was really hard for us, and we didn't even have enough players to have two teams. Most of our varsity were JV players, and all of our varsity players had to play JV. So honestly, it taught me how to be a leader, how to do things like have patience, and that it's okay to make mistakes. So
I remember hearing about that. I think it was Kiera 11 that did a story about all of you double duty players having to play JV and varsity. There's a saying in sports, you either win or you learn. And Harding, they've had some rough years trying to build their program up. I don't know where your future holds in terms of schools, but what do you take away? What did you learn helping lay that foundation? Because Harding, they were a powerhouse back in the early 90s, and maybe they get back there at some time, but I'm guessing you learned a lot about conditioning, getting to play 2 games every night, but what else did you learn that you think will help you move forward as a player?
Well, it gives me pride that I could learn with these people. I won't say I've always been the best on every team, but sometimes when I play AAU or other basketball teams, I have one other person or 2 other people that actually know how to play the game of basketball. So it really opened my eyes to being a nice, patient teammate that can help you up when you're feeling down or you're not making your shots or anything like that. And as for the future, Tartan wouldn't let me play for them in 8th grade because I don't go to Skyview, so I had to play for Harding. And so I'm probably going to Tartan next year, but I played for Harding this year because they let me play for them.
Well, one way or another, perhaps you'll pick up a few more wins. I know both of those schools have proud histories and are trying to get back there. What got you started into basketball? What fueled your interest in the sport?
So my parents always made me and my brother play a sport. We didn't have to like it, but we had to play one because my dad has a history of heart problems. And so we've always had to play one sport. And so I chose basketball because my brother did basketball. And I used to hate it.
I'm guessing not anymore.
No, not anymore. I had to do it. But then I came here from Washington. And
Washington State. Okay, thank you.
And I started playing for the rec league named Conway. We were bad. We were pretty bad, but we grew up together, and now, you know, I know a bunch of people. All the people on my AAU team I've known for years and years, and we really just grew from there.
You have quite the backstory. What are you looking forward to the most, wherever you end up playing? What does your future look like, if you have an idea?
I really want to do something in computer science, like technical engineering. But I want to get a scholarship for basketball from USC or UConn. I've been looking at the schools. I don't know what WNBA team I would want to play for because I really only look at the college ones. But yeah, my plan is to work as hard as possible. As soon as I get into high school, I'm really going to be grinding. Just academics and basketball every day. I really don't have anything else in plan.
Well, you're aiming high. I can appreciate that. And wherever you go, I always say it's your story. So I will be the first to cheer you on if you make it to USC or UConn. But if that doesn't work out, that's okay too, because you're playing a part in this story no matter how big or small that role is. Actually, I know a few folks who have a background in computer science and engineering. I might hook you up. I don't know if the name Jordan Johnson rings a bell, but she did a lot of STEM work, interned for the Twins last year in their area. So there are a lot of basketball players out there who aren't afraid to embrace the technological side, and you're one of them. So what can you do with computers right now?
I'm in Lego Robotics. I am a coder. So I code the robot to do certain missions, push, pull, lift, things like that. And yeah, I got into that. Right now we're working with word blocks, but I hope that once I get into high school, I can pick a extracurricular or elective that will help me with coding or just like engineering in general.
Moral of the story, this young woman knows how to crack the code. Well, I was going to ask if there are any other fun facts about you. You gave me one, but anything else that makes you who you are, basketball or outside of it?
I don't like math, but I'm really good at it. And
You're going to need it to code and engineer all that. Go ahead.
And I used to live in Japan when I was a little kid, so I'm very respectful.
Japan, Washington, you've been everywhere.
My dad was in the Navy.
That would explain it, but still, that's far more places than I've been to. Well, I'm excited. I guess math is like basketball. You don't have to like it, but you'll need it. It might get easier as you get older and understand more. But I am excited. You have a lot of different interests and engagements, and I think it's going to bode well academically, athletically. You probably have heard all the stories about the UConn, USC players and all of the things they do outside of it. Wherever you end up, I think you're going to add your name to that list. These women can do more than just ball. Before we go, do you want to say hi to anybody?
Hi, Mother. How are you doing?
Hi, Mom. How are you? You can leave a comment on the comment section if you want to answer that question. Samiya, thanks for stopping by. Congrats on a great performance and the win. And let's just say I am impressed and inspired by all of the things you're doing at such a young age. Again, I don't know what your sports career holds, but I think it's safe to say you're going to be a shining example for a lot of women who look like you out there, that they can use basketball as a springboard to many things and that they can take up all kinds of passions. So whatever you're doing, Samiya, keep it up.
Thank you so much.
Samiya Gomez from Harding will have another game in our Triple Threat Girls Basketball Showcase shortly.